equally importantly, and I think which informs all of this, is a discussion and rally essentially in opposition to Amendment 2. Because it is Amendment 2 and the fact that it got onto the ballot in the first place that was one of the things that informed Karen's decision to run. So we're going to kick off with that first and a real discussion and understanding of that. And so welcome to the stage, Cody Pruitt.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Cody Pruitt. I am on the board for Protect Our Schools Kentucky, which is the Vote No on 2 campaign. And yeah, that's right, Vote No. I usually give this presentation with some visual aids, and it's a lot longer, so I'm going to give you the speed up version. But looking back how we got here. In the General Assembly a few years ago tried to pass a bill which would do this voucher system. And our Supreme Court struck that down, that it was unconstitutional, and we have found ourselves in a ballot amendment scenario here. And just to talk a little bit about what No on 2 does to our systems, it is moving money from public schools to private schools. That's the top line. And what we know is that 90% of Kentucky students are public school students, and they're not equally dispersed across the state. So that's going to be money coming out of rural communities, out of rural public schools that are going to Lexington, to Bowling Green, to Louisville. And if we're honest, it's welfare for the wealthy, these vouchers.
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about who we are at Protect Our Schools Kentucky. We are a giant coalition across the state, including the Kentucky Board of Education, Kentucky Education Association, the Council for Better Education, the Fairness Campaign, the Jefferson County Teachers Association, the Kentucky Student Voice Team, the Kentucky Parent Teacher Association, the Kentucky NAACP. The list goes on and on. We have so many people with skin in this game that they knew we had to step up. Now is our moment. This is our only shot to protect our public schools. We are getting significant help from the National Education Association. It's giving us a lot of money to make these campaigns happen. It is a statewide campaign. It is a very expensive process. You're going to be seeing ads on television soon here. I saw them yesterday, the first cuts. They're wonderful. Can't wait to get them out into the communities. So what you're going to see, though, when you get to the ballot is this language. The General Assembly may provide financial support for the education of students outside the system of common, that's what you're going to see, common, read public, schools. So that's what's going to trip people up when they see common. You have to make sure when you're telling your family and friends, when they see that, just replace it with public schools. And the other key word is outside the system of those schools. So what that means is a vote yes would mean voter wants to change the Kentucky Constitution. In my experience, most voters don't like the idea of changing the Constitution. That would, again, move money to private schools. So a vote no means that we do not want to change the Constitution, and this would ensure that General Assembly can only fund public education. Here's the more insidious Trojan horse of this bill, or this amendment. If this were to pass, the General Assembly in Frankfort would not have to fund public education at all. At all. That is the scariest part of what we're dealing with here, because that allows charter schools to come in, corporate schools, and that money will continue to flow out. How does that affect our community here? The Warren County public school system, if this were to pass, would be looking at a $28 million loss for the school system. The city schools would be about $11.5 million. That would be pulled and moved to some other private entity. So what are we doing to defeat this? We've been doing a lot of research, focus groups, trying to get the language right with, reaching out into the community and getting that feedback. We've been doing a lot of fundraising. And of course, we're organizing. And that's where you all come in, because there's so many opportunities to get involved, and it's truly going to take this kind of work. So I want to make sure everybody goes to protectourschoolsky.com when you can. Do a little look around on what all of the information. There's a grassroots toolkit that you can download and share information on your social media. There's a take action button, which will show you all of the opportunities that you can do from your home to get the word out. One of those, and one of the most important things we offer, is a digital organizing training. And you're going to go to a Zoom. You're going to get trained on how to talk to your family and friends using the correct language. And you're going to make sure you're going to start collecting "I'm voting no" on two responses from your family and friends. It's much easier to talk to the people that you know rather than a phone bank where you're calling a stranger. So those are the biggest things. Making sure we know that our family and friends are educated about this, that they know what it means to vote no, and they know what it means if they're thinking about voting yes. We've got the right message. We've got the right team. We've got y'all, because you are the folks that get the word out into the community. This is going to affect us. This is going to affect from Paducah to Pikeville. It's going to hurt so many students. We're going to lose teachers for this. We're going to have brain drain leaving the state because of this. So this is truly the moment that we have to be more active than ever to make sure we stop this. And you all, as I mentioned, are such a huge portion of how we're going to do that. So again, go to protectourschoolsky.com. Get involved. Come to some of those trainings. They're easy to sign up for. There's Zoom. We're going to be phone banking. We're going to be doing the digital organizing with your family and friends. There's going to be some canvassing opportunities. If you'd like to go out and canvass, we'll send you all the information you need. You can go into your neighborhood and start knocking on some doors and having these good conversations. So I will leave it at that. But the one thing, if I can leave with anything, we're going to need your help. Now more than ever, let's stand up and protect our schools, protect our kids. Thank you.
Give me the mic.